name in your bed, Abba Yahweh. As the nations sing unto you, Abba Yahweh, and the playing of the instruments, and our hallelujahs, and the dancing and the moving of our feet, and all unto our great King this morning, Abba Yahweh. A beautiful Sabbath tone, Abba Yahweh, that you have baruched us with, Abba Yahweh. Hallelujah! Every day is beautiful, Abba Yahweh, that you breathe the breath of life else once again, Abba Yahweh. But this day, Abba Yahweh, we will not fail, Abba Yahweh, to lift up our King, Abba Yahweh. For we know what you have done for us, Abba Yahweh. We know the wonderful things, Abba Yahweh. We know, Abba Yahweh, for in this battle, Abba Yahweh, we have won, Abba Yahweh. And we don't have to worry about, Abba Yahweh. Don't stay by our side, Abba Yahweh, to the end, Abba Yahweh. That'll keep us, Abba Yahweh. That'll take us through every battle, Abba Yahweh. For this great one, Abba Yahweh, to show such a great harbor toward his people, Abba Yahweh. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Oh, we told y'all. Let us stand to our feet, nation. Blood is dropped in the mouth of Yahweh and Yahshua, Mashiach. Shemayu, Kadosh Sijo Matashay, your Makut to come, your will be done. In earth, Abba Yahweh, and in the Hashemayu. Give us this day our daily lesson. Forgive us our debt, Abba Yahweh, and we forgive our debtors. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil, Abba Yahweh. For yours is the Makut, the power, and the honor, Abba Yahweh, forever, Abba Yahweh. So be it, Abba Yahweh. May it be fulfilled in the precious mighty name of Yahshua HaMashiach. And your Malaks feed us the lesson of life this day, Abba Yahweh. That we may Shema here, Abba Yahweh. Man, the very spirit trying to come against your event this day, Abba Yahweh, in the presence and mighty name of Yahshua HaMashiach, I pray. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. For this is the Yom of YisraYah'ale. And we have come into his bed to be an offering of Todah and praise to Shahar, his Kodesh name. For he is our Abba YisraYah'ale. For he has created us.
Throughout every nation of the earth, in every part of his creation, we greet you all. Joshua HaMashiach, my enemies, I'm delighted that you still have me on your mind. I like that. It's all right by me. Hallelujah. We come to break the bread of his truth. It's important that we understand that we belong. It is not just the ability to understand, but it is the ability to extrapolate, to take from wisdom that cause one to stand in the primacy, the power of his truth. We got all kinds of lies and theses and theologies developed by man. I say to you, my friends, today I want you to challenge me. If it doesn't come from the chronicles and the annals of the book, reject every word of what I say. It is not some kind of combination of collaboration in my mind that produced this. Everything I say comes from the book, nothing else. And I'm going to teach today. It's been like a long time since I've stood here. And I'm refreshed. I ate enough to kill a pig, but that's all right. And I do rejoice with our precious friend, his family, their kindness, their hospitality to us. All we did was sat there and eat. No, we didn't go to Walmart and Kmart and Dollar Mart. We sat to fellowship and to eat. I was not disappointed at all. I want to read from, first of all, I want you to hear this. I'll tell you where you can retrieve this. This is important to what I will begin today. The Torah commands us to get chacham. That is to acquire it, to maintain it, to do all that is in the essence of one's living abode to dance. Chacham, to acquire, to ascertain, to maintain. We must get chokhmah. We must get wisdom. We must become skillful and shrewd in the battles that Yah has erected for us to battle in. This is a fearful generation. And the reason we're fearful because we flat out do not care for the things of Almighty Yah. So not only do we get wisdom, but we must get binah. We must get understanding. We must have the ability to discern. You cannot discern without wisdom. This foolishness we learn as children and the folly of the religious practice, that is not discernment. It is one thing that wisdom does. It creates and produces an experience. You must have an experience in this world. You can't read this and sit down with the damn television and YouTube on and get understanding. It doesn't work that way. It's a laborious task. One must give themselves over diligently. He says, get wisdom, get understanding. And he tells us, forget it low. Don't forget it. Don't ever forget the experience that Yah has wrought in us through this profound revelation of Yahshua. You don't forget truth. You should have a disdain for lies. I have a disdain for all that was taught to me as a child. I do. I hate it all. Because it has scarred me with the stain of corruption. You don't forget the wisdom, the understanding of Almighty Yah. He says to us, nation, let your love always retain it, hold fast, neither decline it from the word of my mouth. Don't. This book consists of the word of Yah's mouth.
Yes.
It is the Davarim. It is the promises of Yah.
Yes, sir.
You don't forget that. I don't care what the trials or circumstances are. You don't forget the words of his faith. Because he speaks from his heart.
Yes.
He speaks from his heart. And so we don't forget that nation. He tells us to forsake her not. And she shall preserve us. We're preserved in the blanket of Yah's truth. Love her, achava. If we say we love Yah and we keep not his commandments, we're liars.
Yes.
That's the flat out bottom line. Everybody got their own standard of commandments.
Right.
There's only one. Everyone got a thesis. It's not proven. Because it changed just like the weather changes. Yah is immutable.
Yes.
He doesn't change at all. His word never changes.
Hallelujah.
Nothing. His name, nothing about him changes. He said, love her and she will Shema. She will keep you. She will watch over you. That's what wisdom and understanding does. It watches over us. It doesn't allow us to move into a direction that we know is corrupt. We know it's violent. We know it's evil. It will not do that. Then he tells us this. I wanted to read this because the teaching today that will continue from those 7 kings, but there is something profound about that. I want to bring it out, and I want to prove it all from Keatsville, from Scripture.
Yes.
I don't want to inject my personality or opinion, but I want to inject nothing but the word of Yah.
Hallelujah.
He says that wisdom is the principle. It is the foundational thing. It is the most primary thing. Therefore, we must get wisdom. We must get the experience, that we're shown in battle, and we don't give up.
Yes.
We don't care what others say.
Hallelujah.
That is what wisdom is. It's not because you can extrapolate and talk. That's stupidity.
Hallelujah.
My brother-in-law was here the other day. We talked about everything, especially this book,
Yes.
and above all, death.
Yes.
Because he has a death sentence on him like we all. But he knows that his death could be at any moment because of the disease that he carries in his body. You understand, nation? He understands that. He says to me, how did you become so intelligent? I said, first of all, I'm not intelligent. If this is what we call intelligent in the world today, it doesn't classify me. I said, I've learned everything by shutting my damn mouth. Learning to listen. Learning to listen. I've learned everything in life that way. I've learned to build and do things by listening and shutting my mouth. I don't want to be intelligent. I don't want to be smart. I don't have to prove anything to anyone. But that I stand by this and nothing else. He said, wisdom is the principal thing, therefore get wisdom. And with all thy getting, you must get understanding. And when you get understanding, you must exalt her, and she shall promote thee. She shall bring you into honor when you have embraced her. We don't embrace her. We embrace our emotionalism and our feelings. We must embrace truth. We must grab hold of truth. Hide in the midst of the interior of your nefesh. You must let and allow your brain to be captivated, and there is a capsule around your brain. And that's just a fact. That's why we're up, we're down, we're liars, we're thieves, and we're corrupt as they come. We all want to present ourselves that we're like we're nice and sweet, full of lies. That's why we can't forget this. We will forget what you did today as soon as we get to the daddy hall. You know how you want. We're here, we're trying to make it in.
Yes.
I'm not here pretending.
Hallelujah.
I'm not here showboating.
Hallelujah.
Because I could be in the world doing that. I'm here because I want to live right. I want to live honorable before all men,
Yes.
even my enemies.
Hallelujah.
You understand? I will live that way. And I will walk that way. I want to teach from the primary proximity of the 7 Melechim. But I want to deliver the foundational basics of what shall arise out of her. That spirit that we retain, we give it domination here, and that is what rules in us. We can't forget what Yah commands us. I was driving down from Ohio and those mountains of West Virginia. My mind is always preaching and always talking to me. There are 7 doctrines, teachings, pillars, nuances of life that every kingdom is built upon. I want you all to hear that. Because of the number 7, the number 6 tells us of our own weakness. The weakness of man. 7 tells us one of the most powerful kingdoms. That there shall never be one like it. No sin, no corruption was done and completed in 7 days. That's the kingdom of Almighty Yah. 7 days, and on that SHABBAT, he rested. 7 days, one of the most, not one, forgive me, Yah, but the most powerful kingdom that has ever been erected. It was built. 7 is the number of completion, whether it is a natural, whether it deals with some form of religious conduct. The 7 is the number of perfection and completion. There were 7 kings, don't forget now. 7 kings, not 6, were 7. I want to bring this out to us, YisraYah'ale, and I want to teach it from the pages of the book. Not some speculation. I will prove everything I say from this book. And as I began to think as I'm driving, I couldn't wait till I got home, because I wanted to get in Torah. But after reading, I was tired, the long drive. I sat down until the next morning. What I did, my son, I'll be legitimately honest with you, is one thing. I can say that I do bless Almighty Yah for the ability of its scholarship, and that is the internet. I type in these words, the 7 principles, 7 pillars, 7 dynamics, the 7 numbers, the 7 things that complete all things, that the foundation of kingdoms are built upon. Foundation of government designed. And to my not surprise, there were 435 million 7 principal documents. And so what I did, I retrieved some. I want to give you an example. There's 7 kings. There's 7 kings. There's 7 rachem. There's 7 evils. And the book mentioned all of that. Yes. It's in here. And so as I began to look at the extreme of that, I said, my God. Only Yah, because of the astuteness of students, that he would allow for those kinds of simple things to be open. So I want to begin here. You all hear me? That was in Proverbs 4. You all should know where that's at. I want to read this verse. I want to show you something. There are 7 principles of the Constitution of the United States. It's built upon 7 principles. It's built upon limited government, popular sovereignty. It's built upon separation of power. It's built upon the checks and balance of systems. It's built upon individual rights, and it's built upon republicanism. Isn't the preamble tells us to perform a more perfect?
Yes.
Is it about performing a more perfect unit? 7 days. The dynamics of a perfect kingdom was brought into existence. 7 Rachim brings about the institution of the perfect law of that kingdom. It is not your stupid mind. It's from the principles of Almighty Yah. 7 principles of the Constitution to produce one thing: a more perfect union of people. That's what it's for. Let me go a little further. Have you all heard, don't raise your hand, of Kwanzaa? Now, it was a creative religious thrust of self-identity that was produced in the 60s. I remember, the young Lord. Kwanzaa has 7 principles. Just like every religion, yes. The Baptists have 7, the Pentecostal, the Church of God in Christ, everyone. Businesses have 7 principles. They don't have 8, they don't have 10, they have 7 unique principles, whereby all things circulate around those principles to produce the end results. This is Kwanzaa. These are the 7 core principles of Kwanzaa. Naguza Zaba. It is Umaja. It is the unity. It is Kujika Gula, self-determination. It is Ujima. It is the collective working together of responsibility. It is Ujama. It is the corporation of economics, and that we share and we care for each other. It is Nekh, which is purpose. It is also, it is Kumba, which is a creation being creative. These are the 7 principles. And it is Amanai, faith. These are the core principles of Kwanzaa and what it operates from. Man has designed not 10 core principles, but 7. I want to express a few with us so you'll know where I'm coming from and the legitimacy of what I will teach today from the book. There are 7 principles of universal design. I don't care what kind of business you go into, what things you do, what you create, there are 7 principles. And this is principle 1, equity, equitable use, flexibility in use, simple and intuitive use, perceptible information, tolerance of error, low physical effort. Don't show how bodacious and powerful you are because you're a strong man or you perceive yourself to be a stronger than other woman. It is size, space, and approach and use. These are the 7. These are the things that when one create any kind of enterprise. These must be the indulging concept that every pillar is laid around and upon those 7 principles. Yes. And if one moves beyond those or outside of the rim, it never works. It never works, and that's a fact. Yes. I was looking at the most important numbers in mathematics. It is 0, it is 3, it is 4, and it is 1. And the equivalence of that is 7. And that's a fact. That's a fact. You have scholars that spend their lives on unveiling this information unto us. And so that's why I'm glad I got people who assist me. There are things that when y'all put in my ruach, I know it's there. I just don't have the time, nor the research, nor the resources to retrieve it. If I was in Charlotte, none of that, I would have to go to the library. Spend a day or two. I got this within 2 hours, and 2 hours of just researching. Let me move further, all right? I want you to read anyone that is knowledgeable of the Catholic Church. The Catholic Church has 7 principles of the social teaching of its organization. This is religion, isn't it? I've touched on 3 different kinds of platforms, and they all deal with 7 principles, do they not? Yes. These are them: life and dignity of the human person, call to family, community, and participation, rights and responsibility, opinion or option for the poor and the vulnerable, to look after them and to take care of those that are disenfranchised. This is what has brought the Catholic whore such notoriety throughout the world. I don't care what poor country it is, they are there. I don't care of the economic status, they are there. I don't care how degenerate we perceive a person is, if it's any body of religious quorum there, it is called the Catholic Church. Not the Jews, not the Unitarians, not the Baptists, but she is. She is. Yes. She's there. 7 principles to seize, 7 foundations, 7 pillars. You can seize, take control. You can move the mind into a spirit that people don't even know that they're being captivated. It is also the dignity and work of the rights of the workers, and also above all of that, you must have solidarity. You must have a unified oneness. These are not my words. Yeah. These are those that are scholarship that have studied the core beliefs of religious groups. Yes. And also world systems. Yes. 7 principles of making a marriage work. Enhance your love map. Love details. Nurture your fondness and admiration. Turn toward each other instead of away from each other. Let your partner influence you. Solve your solvable problems. Overcome the gridlock and create, share with meaning. Well, I can give you the principles of marriage better than the religious sector. But this does work. It does. There are people that don't know Yah. If you care for someone, you turn toward each other, you embrace instead of rolling over and turning away. Don't be silly now. Yeah. We can be silly all we want to, but it works. It may it's not going to produce the essence of Yah in the marriage, but it will produce a fondness and a care, a consideration, a tenderness toward each other. There is nothing more violent for a man to turn away from his wife. There is nothing more insidious than a wife, because of her inability or her ability to understand what she dislikes, to turn away. And she becomes moody and crazy, and he becomes silly and nutty. Yes. It's evil. Hallelujah. It's evil. Yes. They will work. And folks that practice this. Well, I did get the Catholic whore, didn't I? Let's get the 7th principle. There is no whorehouse like the Unitarians. Universalism. You never heard of the Unitarians? Don't worry about it. Bujet, the man that would do all kinds of work for us, he was a Unitarian. And so, He would do work for me, excuse me, on my systems and things like that. But these are their principles. The inherent worth and dignity of every person. Respect every person. Look upon them with admiration. And that's honorable to do that.
Yes.
These are the principles that Yah in church. To love him with all and our neighbors ourselves. You can't even fulfill the commandment if you don't do that.
Yeah.
Justice, equity, compassion in human relations, acceptance of one another and encouragement of spiritual growth in your congregation, a free and responsible search for the truth and what truth means. It is also the free and it is the right of consciousness and the use of democratic processes within the gathering of people and in society at large. You don't go into society and try to impose your will. It's not going to work. World is based upon 7. Yah created this universal scheme in 7 days. And he rested.
Hallelujah.
Don't tell me that the 7 stars of darkness, Yeshua in his right hand, he has 7 stars, do he not?
Yes.
Yeah.
And the Torah talks about 7 stars as well, that are not of the composition of truth. And they are powerful. I'll read it from the book, as old Bishop Binks would say.
Yes.
It is the goal of the world community. This is our goal, to have peace. Yah commands us that as much that is lies within us, live at shalom with every man.
Hallelujah.
To have peace, liberty, and justice for all. There's only one justice for all. And that is out of the corals of this book. There is impartiality. Your family cannot be justice for all. There's less justice for this one and more for that one. It's a lie if you don't believe it.
Yes.
It is just a fact.
Yes.
Respect for the interdependence web of all exercise in which we are part of. So you just respect everyone, whatever they're doing, how they're doing. No, I will not. I will not be a part of that. I will not cohabitate with that. Not me. You can do what you want to, but I will not.
Yeah.
You know, there's one thing that my brother-in-law did. I know I'm going to die. When a man knows that there's a death sentence in him, there is no healing unless Yah restore him. He says to me, there's only one thing I'm doing really now. That's to make sure everything is in line when I pass. I said the Torah tells us that a man can never live unless he learns how to die. We are a fearful,
Yes.
cowardly nation. Old folks at one time prayed for me. This Jezebelite spirit today, nobody prays for me. And it's just a fact.
Yes.
And I will speak it that way. I don't give a damn who doesn't
Yeah.
mind. I don't care. And that's just a fact. These are the 7 principles of liberty. Liberty, if you want liberty, listen to this. It's folly. I wanted to just give us a sampling of the size of the 435 million. America doesn't have that many people in this nation. I want to give us a sampling. I want to give us a sampling. And they all based upon the completion. When this is finished, it emboldens one, it brings about that perfect law of order in them. There is only one thing that brings about the perfect law of order, the Torah order in us, and that is the 7 Rachem, the 7 spirits of Yah.
Yes.
wisdom, understanding, Musa, the counsel of correction, nothing else. It's a foolish generation. They've gone home dog wild. There's nothing right. That's why folks don't like me. They don't like me. It is even. I meet them. They'll come here. They don't like this preacher. Because I'm not going to fraternize with the evil. I'd rather take the 45 Magnum and put it here and blow my brains out. And I'm not telling you a lie. I'm not fearful of death. I'm not going to kill myself either. I want to be around to see the little ones. I can marry them. But just stand if I can't do nothing but stand there. You understand? Then I'll take my rest. This is the last one. Hallelujah. These are the 7 principles of what they call liberty. I have liberty.
Yes.
Yeshua.
Hallelujah.
I'm not bound to the power of Chabda, sin, the captivation, whereby I defy the Torah of Yah, whereby there's a self-indulgence for me, where I don't give a damn about YisraYah'ale, where there is no care, where I am an unscrupulous individual and don't give a damn. That's the generation. That's this world.
Hallelujah.
Greedy for money, all of that. Listen, I bless all of you, Achim, daughters. You that in the past, very kind, because it took all of your funds to help us here.
Yes.
And you all have sent a lot of money. And I've used it not on frivolous frivolity, no vacation, no nothing.
Yes, you are.
I've used it all here. He gave an offering on Thursday, as he does. I said to him, we use all this for the gathering on Sunday. I use that, we had more, because I get greedy for our babies, our fellowship. I don't go in there looking for something that's cheap and everybody. No, I look for what the world calls. I look for that circle with the K on it. You understand? The 7 principles of liberty. They call it God's principle of individuality. What God? Which God? They all are dirty dogs. Every God is a dirty, violent dog. Every God. I don't take it back. Damn every God. I would say it the other way around, but that will work for me for now. Principles of self-Christian government control. This nation says it's a Christian nation. Is it not?
Yes.
And their principles are raunchy, wicked, violent, against any kind of decency of one that calls itself a God. I don't want to know her God, and I will not serve her damn God. Let him be damned. Conscience in the most sacred properties. There is only one property that is of great essence and value, and that is the property of my liba, my mind, the consciousness, the will, the working of it. You talking about a piece of land here? It's going to go back to dirt and dust. Everything that's been built here is going to come down. I'm not that stupid. And that's a fact. They built the Great Wall of China, as they will call it. 90% of it has crumbled. Weeds and trees have grown in it. And that's what we're allowed to grow within here. Lies and all kinds of evils. We present ourselves as some pristine, You're nothing but a liar. And you're going to pay for your sins. We're not getting by. Nobody sees me. Oh, stop that. I don't hide nothing from you. That's why I tell you, every sin you mention, I'm guilty of it. I just don't practice it. Different ballgame. I don't practice the sin. I don't practice no sin. The principle of Christian character, conscience, you got to have that conscience and the most sacred property. It has to be a Christian form of government. What if this was a concept of Christian form of government, death to people, throwing babies into alligators' mouths, killing and butchering babies and cutting babies out of the womb? I don't want to be a part of it.
Hallelujah.
Robbing and stealing. That's Christian. This country was established as a Christian. Damn Christianity. Anyone that holds fast to that deception of a lie, I'm not apologizing. We say things we don't even know what we say because we think we're smart. I don't ever want to be smart. I want to be dumb. Because I can learn if I'm dumb. Then it tells us planting the seed of local and self-government. You notice they put self. You govern yourself according to your diction. I govern myself according to the mitzvot, commands of Yahweh, instructions of life. Only this will produce life. Those deal with loving Him with everything, to care, to be conscious of all that He commanded you to be conscious of. And that means for me to be conscious of you, and you, and you. That's what it means. And to embrace you as my friend, that I will lay down my juvenile life and all that I think is life, because I promise us all, you're going to die. That's bad. I don't fear it. That's a fact. You better get real. You better get real. We have been brought along like liars in our thievery fashion. We think God doesn't see. And I'm a 7. I'll get to the core of what I'm going to teach. I have volumes of pages of scripture. I said to one Micaiah in his home, I said, Micaiah, I want to teach on the mechanic intertercularies in the winter. I want to show us something. We have been taught lies. We have everything that we know has been developed by the concept of Christianity and Jewish lies. It's a fact. I'm a student. I go to their own libraries and refute them. That's a war. And how they have lied, even with the way they're keeping the more devilish here. That's not of God. And I said to Micaiah, I have 300 pages of scripture, their own literature. That's the kind of student I am. I'm not boasting. But the same way I labor here, this is how I labor with more intensity in this book. Now, can I move on? And you can judge that statement in this teaching today. I said to us, every kingdom power, every societal organization, everything is built upon the principles, the pillars, the ordination of 7. Everything. One of the most profound 7s, I want to lay this out first, is this. Let me read it first, because you turn and then I'll tell you where I'm reading from. These are the words of the Shiram, the soul, that was embedded deep in Dawid's life by his experience with Yah. He tells us this, Tehillah. Just listen to. He says that the call For the voice of Almighty Yah, it is upon the Mayim, it is upon the waters. It is upon the fountains of water, it is the life. That's his voice. That's him.
Yeah.
He has what they call 7 impactual tones to his voice. That's one. The voice of the Yahweh. These are voices that make statements. And when Yah speaks, that's what these damn dirty liars, their God is speaking to them. But Yah's not speaking these lies, these fools. This book is the only thing speaks to me. It is by the Ruach of wisdom, the fear of Yah, and the Ruach of Bino and understanding, the Ruach of Musa. It is what interprets that within me. Because it bases it upon the principles of others that interact with that. And see if what I teach today interact with every concept of what I shall teach. All right?
Yeah.
The voice of Yah is upon many water. It tells us that the Almighty of Kabul, he is a one of splendor. His voice, or it is Ra'am. His voice thunders. Ra'am tells me that it produced fear. Don't tell me when the thunder get the ruling, baby. I know I do. He calls us to tremble. Ra'am is to tremble. His voice causes us to tremble. When he thunders that way, he says, now, don't forget the majesty and the magnificence of me. I need you. And I give instruction of life, the plant, grasshopper, the ant. I make mention of them. And we're so damn foolish.
Hallelujah.
I'm not taking nothing back. My language, I will not apologize to any of you.
Yeah.
His voice is upon many waters. When Yah talks about, you'll understand as we proceed in this teaching. The many waters are not just the Maya. It talks about the people and the multitudes of the people, like the sands of the sea and all of that. He's not talking. He's talking in a metaphoric, but he's talking truth to us. Yes. Someone in the day will travel across the sea. They will say, well, I'm going across the waters. You understand? His voice is upon many waters. So you fake, phony Hebrew Israelites, don't give a damn. Your 2019 is upon you. 15, 17 years ago, they were speaking about this profoundly. 2000, the great wrath of the terror of Yah, nothing has happened. I've been waiting for the 2019 because I know the damn liars, all of them.
Yes.
Every last one of them. They take this unnatural pride. Pride brings a house down. That's one thing that Evangelist Hotchkiss taught me as a young man. Never be proud of anything, boy. Yes, sir. Because it will call it. I'm proud of my grandbabies. Ah, you fool. My chillins. He taught me that and I've never forgotten it. I'm proud of my child in the 3rd grade student. He says, Yahweh is upon many waters. The voice of Yah, it is Ku'ak. That's his voice.
Yes.
It is powerful. It pulsates strength. It creates, it dismantles, it destroys, it makes life, and it kills as well. The voice of Yah is Ku'ak. It is powerful. The voice of Yah is full of chadar. It's full of majesty. Full of that.
Yes.
Full of Yah's majesty. In essence, it is a voice that we should honor. It is a voice that is magnificent because it speaks only one thing. It speaks from the depth of Him. And that's what his Dabarim is. And that's what Yahshua is. He was the word bara. He was the word created. That he could examine the heart of every wicked man. And yet he did not fail. He was a man in flesh like any other man.
Yeah.
But he didn't fall. Sin. Voice is full of majesty. This is what it says. And the voice of Almighty Yah, it breaks the air.
Yes.
It breaks the cedar. And the cedar are the tall trees of the men of Lebanon. And the strong men, Yah always consider, there is no one. I don't have to pick up a weapon. I don't need no shotguns everywhere around here, but we do have them. All right. I don't need no 45 Magnum, but we do have them. My brother-in-law says, one thing you all don't have, you haven't even been here long enough to see what we have, my friend. That's the way I thought. You don't have a shooting range. I said, we got experts here. Our brothers knock down deer with bows. I said, I need to take you across the wheel and see that big pile of mulch we got and let you drop a few in that, all right? We know what we're doing. And they know what they're doing.
Yes.
Believe me.
Yes.
Because you don't see it, that doesn't mean it's not here. And that's a fact. The voice of Yah, this is what it does now. It breaks the cedar, and Yah breaks the cedars of Lebanon, of Lebanon. The voice of Yah, it chasab. It divides. Listen now. This is what Dawid said. This is from Tehillim 29. Read the whole chapter. When it says the voice of Yah, it divides the flames of fire. It hasab. Do you understand? I did until my weakness of knowledge made me to go beyond the realm of my ignorance. Hasab is one thing. How do you do it? His voice. It breaks in pieces the flames of fire. That's crazy. Do you all hear what I said? The voice of Yahweh take a flaming volcano and break it into pieces. How do you break a fire? Just in logic thinking. Why is he saying that? To let you know. But I say something. I say it.
Hallelujah.
I don't need your counsel.
Yeah.
I don't need these little young fools. Yeah, they're fools. I want my girl to be listening because she doesn't like me. She likes everyone but me. And with that beautiful singing today, she makes it a comment. Always the singing is beautiful. It's you. It's all right by me. She doesn't realize that her husband sent a video to me. He praised me. Riach Dawid, although your ways, my ways are evil. They're sadistic. Although your ways be hard. Your Achim have heard him?
Yes.
Yet Yah will send people there. You damn hypocrite. Go to hell. You don't even believe that, because if you believe it, come see me there. And I tell your wife to shut her damn mouth. What is that old woman's name? She always with these big whole earrings on. What's her name? YHWH. These big whole earrings on like a hoe. And she sits up there to take the command. You got to be a weak jackass to sit under that. You're not even a weak jackass. You're a coward.
Hallelujah.
So she guards my speech for me. That ain't about to happen. She can do it with them weak clowns. But with me, she ain't not going to do that with me.
Hallelujah.
I'm going to put the video up so others, you all can see what my husband said. Although your ways be hard. He mentioned no preacher in America. But me, why? Those that the world say they're doing great work. I'm not doing no great work. The greater work, there is no great work than learning to care and to love each other. Nothing greater than that. There is nothing more profound than that. That's no great work because you go give someone food. Because Joshua said the poor you can always ask. I want to finish this today. He says that the Yahweh divides, he hews in pieces, he breaks it up, he hasab the flames of fire. The voice of Yah, it cools, it shakes the the wilderness to be Medbar. It shakes that wilderness of your mind. It calls you to twirl and dance and get up and run and rejoice. It shakes the wilderness. Yahweh shakes the wilderness of Kadesh. The voice of Yahweh. Now this is profound here. This is in Tehillim 29. I want to establish when he speaks that everything shuts up.
Hallelujah.
He says the voice of Yah makes the deer gives birth. He makes the hind gives birth. And he discovers or he strips the forest. And in his great tabernacle does everyone speaks. It's splendid. All of his days that you Hebrew Israelite, I learned who I was. I learned our Hebrew Israelite. I tell them, you learn you're a dirty sinner and a wicked woman.
Yes.
You're evil and you're sadistic.
Yes, hallelujah.
I say, I have more regard for you if you call me. Say, I'm learning my heritage. Your heritage doesn't mean a knickers with a dog's poo. It's evil. It's violent. It's reprehensible.
True.
You violate the code of life, and you're doing that now.
Yes.
Loving YisraYah'ale like you love all. Don't tell me you love Yah. I love all people. You're a damn twisted liar. You don't love all.
Yeah.
I would never say. I've never said that. There's enough. Nothing. Never you.
Hallelujah.
Oh.
Worship Yah.
I want to establish that when Yah speaks, that even the fire of his creation, it will cause it to shadow like a crystal. Nothing shatters in us for what we're hearing today, especially among those that are Hebrew Israelites. I'm not going to stop talking like this.
Right.
Full of their lies and every kind of corruption they do, no different in the world. They rap all shit. What's up? We're going to go down the river on the boat. We come here. And they don't be in that dancing with the Kodesh spirit. Them guys are shaking that book bowl. And I'm not going to stop talking like that. They're just like dirty whores. That's a fun. I don't care if you don't care for me. But you're there listening. At least for the day. That's fun. And that's all they say. I found out who I am. I said I did too. I'm a dirty, evil thing, corrupt. If it had not been for the kindness of his sealing my name in the beginning, I would down all of my violence. Wait, I know who you are. You are the coming, Hebrew there. Those were the ones that were liars. No African soul, the Hebrew Israelites, the old damn brother's soul went into the bondage of slavery. The first one wasn't sold because we think they came to Mecca. That is so stupid. Americans in the hemisphere in this America, they are the only Hebrew Israelite. That's so stupid. The airports, he scattered his people for the Arabs, the four corners. Everywhere. The human skin is different. The eyes, the hair. These damn dogs. You better know 2019. We're going to wait till Yah's year 2019 over with. We'll let you use your leap month in that. The second 8 hours, you're liars, you're dirty dogs, you evil men. You lead the people in lies. You have no students to study and to labor. You are a corrupt jackass. How about that? I don't take it back. You lead people into hell, know they're lying. I got those that battle me. They don't have the courage to come here. I'll come to them. And let's battle from the book. I bring nobody but my Yeshua. She's the beauty of my strength. I don't even know. I don't need the brothers to come. All of them will go with me. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
We're the strong men. In the day where you don't find a man. And that's just a fact. Hallelujah. I read that to show us something. The voice of God. Only shows that every kingdom is established by some of the most sadistic evilness, or they're established by the Ruach of God. I want to move this way. All right, that was found in Tehillim 29. Tehillim 29. Read verse 1 through verse 9. But I want to point out something that is profound. All right.
Yeah.
We're going to deal with nothing but the 7. I need for us to understand this before you can understand what Revelation 13:1 is saying. All right? So y'all bear with us. I want us to look here quickly. Hallelujah.
Yeah.
This is what I want us to look at. I want to show us, where is that? I want to show us those things that Yah despised, and those as well. This is a power of darkness that rules in the mind and the heart of man. And I will prove it. In the remainder of the teaching, I will prove both kingdom's 7 principles, 7 pillars, 7 hewn out concepts, where they all have the same 7, all right?
Yes.
You about that?
Yes.
You will when I finish, all right? Let's go back to initially Proverbs 6:12. These are the 7 things that Yah and those that he sonay. Let nobody tell you Yah doesn't hate man, because Yaakov I have loved, and Esau, that is present tense, I've hated, I have sonay. I despise him, I don't love him, and I'm going to kill the dirty dog. I know the 7 stars of his banner, and he knows the 7 stars of our banner. There's a king that has 7 stars in his right hand. What do they represent? What do they stand for? Unless the Torah answers it, you don't know. And it must be from the book. But let's read what the wisdom of Shaul speaks to us quickly here. In Proverbs chapter 6 verse 12. He talks about a Belial. He talks about a man that is worthless. He's not worth a damn. He has no sensitivity to Yah, and if he has enough for Yah, he has enough for no one else. You will show your love to anyone by, and your love for Yah by showing me, or I show you how I love you. You can talk the love bullshit all you want to. It is a damnable, twisted emotion of a delusion. It's a lie.
Yeah.
We know we love Yah because we keep his commandments. And so my preaching and loving you will show you embrace your wicked sons and daughters, and they're evil. You will despise a man like me. Look what it says here, Tehillim. Belial, a worldly son. He calls him a son of man, doesn't he? Son of man. He talks about a man of Ovin. This is the personality of that man. He's a man of Ovin. He's a man of idolatry. He's an idolatrous man. He's a false individual. He said he walks with an ichesh. He walks with a forward mouth. He walks with an ichesh. He perverts truth. He lies on truth. You tell me if I sit here today and I lie to us, you think that there is not a judgment of that? Yah hates men like that. He hates them. Yah says the personality of that man, he's worthless. He's not worth a pound of human dog. He's a worthless dog. I don't care if it's your daddy, your mama. I don't care if it's your son, your daughter. This is Yah. He said there's a kingdom that produced this Belial man that formulates and it deals in idolatry. And that's what a Belial man does. Nothing he says is a failure. Because there's only one thing that the Savarachim will do. They're going to always cut you to your ruach and show you the sins of your damnable twisted heart. I will listen to no man. I don't go YouTube to listen to no man to get inspiration. I don't go out and search about those that left me. I don't give a damn because I don't do it. I don't do it. I haven't seen them. And that's me. You understand? The spirit of Belial, when a man has not the Ruach of Yah, the governing power, the 7 Ruachim, he doesn't have the 7 stars of Yah. He has 7 stars. I will point them out.
and not the stars of Yahweh. Yeah. He has a perverted mouth. He can sit in the company of lies and know it's a lie. He can fellowship in some of the most damnable, twisted mess, and he's not trouble. I'm not going to do that. YisraYah'ale, the amount of people that have written me said they're coming, and I write them back and I say, this is what this is. That was a, listen, she comes over from Augusta. See, I don't tell people things. The husband and wife writes, oh, we're so glad to hear you. We want to come. We're ready in Augusta. We want to come next week. I wrote and told them that this is what you got to do when you come here. I've never heard from them. Right down the street from them in Augusta, there was a husband and his wife, and they were so elated. They have a piece of land. They want to do the same thing. They're coming. What I told them, I haven't heard from them either. There was a young man from Jacksonville, Florida, called me, Ray, I want to come. I got my wife and my family. I want to come there. I said, no. First of all, you found me. It's nice to find out that we grow food. Everybody grow food. You go to the grocery store, get food, and that's grown. I said, but now listen to me for a month. Go to our website, listen to teachings. And then you contact me. And I even said this. I said, you contact me after a month and tell me some of the message you listen to. I may even send you the money. And I would. Come visit. T.D. Jakes, these people aren't doing that. They think that they are special. They're not special. YisraYah'ale, the true house.
Hallelujah.
And they're scattered abroad. Every nation. And every hemisphere. This is what he says. This is what this violent man does in verse 13. He speaks with an ikesh, this perverted mouth. He winks, he karats. He winks. This is what he does. Not just the eye winking, but he has this tendency to overlook malice and sin. That's what the word winky or karats. Karats. E-W-R-A-T-S. He's a rat. They're rats. He winks. Well, I know, but she you know what? But I know, but I got to have fellowship. I want fellowship with a woman like that.
Yeah.
I want. He winks. He winks at the gesture of malice. And that is what karats is, with his eyes. He said, oh, we let that pass. You're not coming here. I'm not going to let it pass. We will not let it pass here.
Yeah.
He winks. He winks with his eyes, but he's a person that has melach. He speaks poetically. Oh, he is such a nice speaker. I don't like that Dawid because he always talking like he says, damn. Damn.
Yeah.
God's going to tear this world to hell.
True.
You all can play all you want to.
Hallelujah.
You think you have a special presence before y'all because you're old. It doesn't mean a damn thing.
True.
Because you're young and you're sick, it means nothing.
Hallelujah.
When you hear truth, you don't harden your heart.
Yeah.
He's talking to me, you are right.
Hallelujah.
Yeah.
You're right. I'm not talking of your head, I'm talking to your heart.
Hallelujah.
He has given the most supreme gift you can give. You think all this bullshit that we permit and commit, it ain't not going to work. Yes, I said it like that. It ain't not going to work. I will show something in the book.
Yeah.
He speaks with his regela. He speaks, you know, there's nothing like a man getting on the dance floor and dancing because everyone becomes mesmerized with his foot's work. You understand? That's a fact. That's a fact. He speaks with this regela. His feet are, he's always moving and you just, oh, he is such, look at that. He just walk around on the stage and he just, oh my God. And you become mesmerized, and that's what these men are doing today. And that's a fact. And also he teaches with his etzba. He teaches with his fingers. What does that etzba mean? He teaches. in the secretive of his own ways. He's not going to tell nobody he's a dirty dog. He's not going to tell nobody he's a sinner. And he's going to speak in a way that he confuses us with ambiguity. Well, you know what, you see the basis verse. You get that? You get that all? The basis, it's metaphor that shall arise out of some of the corruption that consists in other things. But the Christians, we got to be, come on. He speaks in ambiguity. There is no thoroughness to his teaching. He teaches from a verse and draws in something that has no application with the verse. If I don't teach you with application of everything, consisting of the 7 spirits, I don't like to call them ruach. The rules of the 7 kings aren't, you'll get out of here. Take it, I will leave. It doesn't belong to me, it belongs to you. No papers to sign, I'll just get out of here and leave. Because our king can't sell it, our shimmer can't sell it, ain't nobody sell this place. I can't sell it. Gotcha. I will go to no place called itself a community. But the daddies or the mamas or the cousins and all of them with their names on it. I will go. I will. I'm saying that because I have people who call me, well, my daddy owned a piece of, he left us 30 acres. My mom and daddy, we want people to come outside. I tell you what, I wouldn't come. They get mad at me. I said, because it's your land. And when someone wants to act like a damn nut, when your wife going through her changes, she doesn't like that sister, can you imagine she didn't like that one? She didn't, let me say it like this, if she didn't like you. Telling lies and spreading lies. And I'm speaking out of emotion to protect this Jezebel? Nah, I'm not that way.
Hallelujah.
Can I tell you all something? She come tell me something. I'll rebuke her more. I rebuke her more. That's me. Because if Yahweh said something to you as being an Ima, a mother, you've been with me. And so 50 years ago when I was turning 15, I knew that would be my wife. I said that to her brother, he was just so amazed. I said, I've loved no one but her. I touched nobody but her. I've been with nobody but her. That's it. I don't see that to boast. Because God has kept my heart in all those ignorance. I've always been striving to meet his measure. My measure is shallow. It doesn't mean a nickel what the dogs do. That's a fact. He does that. Look at he walks in verse 14. It says, he's a man of forwardness. Everything he talks about is perverse. He doesn't talk about Yah. If I'm not talking about Yah, the things around here, there's nothing else to talk about with me. I don't give a damn what someone is doing. I don't care. I talk about the ways of Yah and what we need to do. Hallelujah. He says, Tapuka, he is so perverted. It's in his left, it's in his mind. That's the rule, that's the kingdom of his mind. He devises evil continuously. When one devises evil, when one speaks mischief, you know that there's a dark kingdom power in that one. And they do it continuously. It's not that the children don't continuously do evil. They do little mishaps. I saw her yesterday, spanking her. I said, whoa, whoa, whoa. We laughing in the car. I said, don't do that. What? I said, I saw what you did. Don't. She gave me that same kind of look. All right. Children don't create evil. As our friend will always tell us that Dawid, his mother, because of her ovin, her iniquity, he was birthed that way. So was I. And so was he. So were you. And in the ignorance of her sinful, wicked ways, she shaped his mind to be selfish. Don't give a damn. She didn't teach him how to love. She didn't teach the daughter how to care. And that's a fact. I don't get to get upset.
Hallelujah.
He says, in sin and iniquity, my mother conceived me. And in sin that she formed, she fashioned my mind. Make you think different about them and them about you. That's evil.
Yes.
That's evil. That's evil. We all were born, right?
Yes.
So we all gonna die.
Hallelujah.
That's not even we are. I got money. Well, I'm broke. You gonna die with your money. I'm gonna die broke. Who will know? He says that they devise mischief continuously. He's so madum. He's so discord. Always contention and strife. Therefore shall his calamity, Yah talks about his aid, his calamity. There's going to be distress of burdens. His calamity shall come suddenly. Our King used to remind us of this all the time. It's going to come suddenly, and suddenly shall he be broken, and there is no more pay. There is no healing. They're not going to be healed. Pray that I be healed. I don't know how to pray that. There are people that say pray that. You know, the Most High, I don't know how to pray it. I'm not going to tell them a lie. Because you lived in the pleasure of your sin, you lived in your corruption, you lived in your grander state of your stupidity, and now all of a sudden you're going to call on him. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work. This kingdom that fits this disposition, and I will prove it, my son. I will prove it in the book. I'm not going to prove it by some essay that I've written or something what some stupid man wrote. You just read what they wrote. Oh, no, because that's nothing to do with God. It's just to bring a point home to us.
Yes.
And the power of every kingdom is based upon the increment of 7. You have reached that weak stage as a man, and then you think you're somebody. It progresses you. It progresses you.
Yes.
It does. But it's one thing about us, nation. We reach that day, it's going to be a new day. As the old folks would say, new day is coming, baby. Don't worry. New day is coming, baby. Don't worry about nothing. Yeah, that's how they talk. There's going to be revival. There's going to be not this bogus bull that they call in revivals. That's what the feast days are time for, the restores and renewal. This bogus bull, shiesty, what they call, the more of them, they get drunk. They sex each other. They dress like dirty whores and clowns. I'm glad I have you as a friend. And this is one thing about a friend. We want each other. We get mad at each other. We get upset with each other. I will. You're going to be wounded in the house of a friend. So I'm your friend today. I'm going to wound every last one of them. He says, these 6 things. Why 6 things? He knows we're weak. And he knows you're weak. He knows that. He said, these 6 things, I despise it. I hate it. I hate it like I hate the devil. He said, these 6 things, why? Because 6 gives us the knowledge of how weak man is, and our weakness have captivated us and overtaken us. Who hasn't got weak? Who's not weak? I am weak every day. That's why I say I'm strong, because I'm weak. And we said, I know you're weak, so say you're strong.
Hallelujah.
I don't care how many times I have to say it. Rather say it over and over again. I say it because I am weak. He says, these 6 things I hate. Then there's a comma there, isn't it?
Yes.
So there is a statement that is more profound than all this that I've read. He says 7. When that is complete in you, 7 brings about this doeba, this abomination, this violent, reprehensible dislike for me. It's an abomination to Yah. He identifies them categorically that he says, there's nothing like a proud look. You're prideful and proud. Proud of my children. I'm proud of no one. I'm not proud of anything I've done. I let no one talk to me as though I've done something great, because I haven't. He has done the great work. He gives me breath today. He said, a proud look, and there's nothing like a lotion or a sheker, a lying tongue. Oh, I love you. You are a damn liar. You know you don't love me. I never could fathom that, because I say people say they love everyone, but they don't go on the street and get someone, bring them to the home, feed them, and say, you stay here. I'm not going to do it. If a man is hungry, I will give him. God doesn't love everyone. And that's the lies that we've been taught by one of the principles of our religious ordination. And we still got that bullshit thing in us. You don't know how to love. You don't know how to. That's why when you give all those years, battles and trials, He's taught you how to love each other. Man and his wife. Man, love your wife. I don't care how ignorant I am, how stupid I am, my childish ways, my immature ways. I'm wrong. I ain't that right. And that's what has blessed. They're not that many people. I don't give a damn what you went through, what you go through. We all go through the same thing.
Hallelujah.
Remember, I will. And that I will do. That's the kingdom power of death. We uphold these 7 stars here. These are the 7 stars. A proud look. A proud look, lying tongue, and hands that will lie and kill, become a murderer. You know you're a murderer when you hate your brother and your sister. What about you? They're just folks I'm not going to deal with. I don't want to sit down the same table with them. I'm not going to do it. You can, but I'm not going to do it. Period. You can, but I'm not going to do it. I don't tell you not to, but I'm telling you I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to break bread with the enemies of God. Hallelujah. He says, and a levy heart that devises wicked imagination. That you devise things that are wicked, you know they're wrong and they're evil. You know, you got this thing going today that every dog in America, especially the people of my youth, the women, they don't even know what that little earring in their nose stands for and what it means, and they got the bangles and shit on them.
Yes.
Because they're enslaved.
Yes.
When y'all put jewels on us, not going to be no cheap jewels that. And they think they're highly fashionable. It's evil. I've taught on that. You all go and listen to that series on the teaching. And who taught and who put that in the women to do that.
Hallelujah.
It's in the book.
Yes. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. A heart that devises wicked imagination, feet that run to mischief, and a false witness when you speak lies against one. If you don't know, don't say anything. Did he do it? I don't know. As it was not there. I don't know if she, I don't know, I'm not sure. I'm not going to even engage in that. Don't ever speak a false witness against someone. You don't know. Don't just speak to conversate with someone. You don't know what you don't know. Shut your wicked mouth. You shut your evil mouth. Don't make a statement about anyone you don't know. I don't care who it is. I don't care if they're flat out sinner. You don't make a statement. That's not even gossiping and lying. You want to make a statement, make the statement about me. I'm a wicked man. You can say the same thing about you. You're evil, you're selfish, and you're greedy, and you don't know how to care. Then those that sow discord among the Aki, to love your ra'a, your neighbor. That's what the word ra'a means. Your neighbor as you do yourself. And then to love Yah with all of your love, your liba, your ko'ach, and all of your nefesh. He said it upon them to hence the whole, all, everything that the Torah speaks. You can never understand the Torah. It's a false pretense. That's a fact. I will not put her, my issue that I knew, no more than I will put above her or you. I will tell you your sins Just like I was telling her. I can't refutate her and I'm living like a damn dog myself. And she knows my hidden skeletons in the closet. I have none. I have none. I have none. I don't hide nothing.
Hallelujah.
I don't have no hidden skeletons. I'm not doing something evil over there. I'm not afraid of being caught doing something. I have no hidden skeletons. I wanted to bring that out for one purpose. You see what I read? These 7 things, these are kingdom powers that rule where we can't cast those things down. Rule in the mind. The 7 things. There are 7 keys. And there is one that shall rise up out of the sand. That's important. The sand of the sea. Now that's a totally teaching. It's going to take me a while, but when I began to bring that out, you'll understand, all right? Now, I read that. I want to go here. Hallelujah. 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 I want to begin here. I want to begin here, and I'll tie all this in for you, all right? I want to, first of all, identify the kingdom of YHWH, the kingdom of darkness, the kingdom that is set up. I did that. The 16th and 7th is an abomination. But I want to define the kingdom of the ruling power of Yah's kingdom. It's all based upon 7. In Isaiah 11:2, I'm going to read. It says, and the Ruach of Yah, the power of his person, his breath, his life, Isaiah 11:2, shall rest upon who? YHWH shall rest upon him. He talks about the Ruach of wisdom. Get wisdom. Get understanding. That's why we got it like that. The Ruach of wisdom, the Ruach of understanding, they know. The Ruach of Musa, that you're going to need counsel. You need someone to tell you you're wrong. You can't let a child grow up like a weed. We're children. You're wrong, you're wrong. You got all these ambitious thoughts. You're going to do this and do that, and you're not going to do a damn thing. No, that's a fact. He says, and the Ruach of counsel, and the Ruach of might, and the Ruach of Da'at, and above all, he made that one last. The Ruach of the Yirah, the fear, the trepidation of Almighty. You see, that's what those 7 menorah stands on that menorah. They represent that. This is kingdom power. This is kingdom power. This is kingdom power. This is kingdom strength. Not the first ones I read. The sons of YisraYah'ale, the nature of YisraYah'ale. There were 6 things about them that Yah hated. And in those 6 things, he attributed that to our weakness. When he saw the application of that 7, he knew that that was a to'eba. It was violent, it was abominable, and he could not rent it from that kingdom power. Well, tell me Yahshua saved everyone. They call themselves a Hebrew Israelite. He didn't even talk to them. I'm going to make too many friends this way. That's all right. I've got too few here as friends. That's all that matters. Can I proceed?
Yes.
I will. Those are the 7 pillars of Yah's kingdom. You understand? Those are the 7 pillars. I haven't forgotten about the 7 stars, okay? I want you all to give attention to this. Revelation, Yahweh. If I don't prove the fact, I'm a dirty liar. Parents, get out of here. And you can tell me I'm not leaving nowhere. You get off these grounds, and I will. And that's the integrity of my speech. I will. But I know you're not going to have to tell me that. You have to say, I love you, Rebecca. That taught us great today. This word is great. Not that you're great, but this word. I will never allow someone to put those kinds of superlatives upon me. I don't even allow them to talk to me that way. You're not going to do me like that. Revelation, Yahweh 3:1. And to the Melech, the messenger, when that I've given that spear of command, he writes unto the congregation of Sardis. He says, write. I want you to Hateb. I want it to Sefer. I want it to be written in a book that they will know precisely by the witness of whom I am, by the messages you have heard from the messengers of Yah, that it is the truth. He said, I want you to let you know, first of all, these things, this is what? This is Yochanan, he's speaking now. He's writing. He that has the 7 Ruachim of Yah. Does it say that? It says the 7 spirits of Yah. This is what this represents. This is the government power. This is the rule of Yah's principle. Just like I read you, 435 million principles and foundations and elements whereby you can build anything in life. With this evil, they got 7 principles, rules, camping, you name it. I start going through the list and I'm just like, wow. So I know that with the Ruach, not the Ruach, with some audible voice, I knew the words that he resurrected in my life. I knew that it was true. And so his job in me is to prove it. Yes. And word must line up upon word. Line must be upon line upon line, precept upon precept. And I've taken us here and there in the book, have I not? Yes. Look what it says here. This says he that has the 7 Ruachim. Does it say the 7 stars?
Yes.
And the 7 stars?
Yes.
That last message we heard here concerning the city. I want to hear the other part of that. That Yah shared with his friend Moshe and Hanukkah saw them. We had never heard nothing like that. Let's get real. Have seen the city. So we look for that city whose builder and maker is not man, but it's Yah. I know he's telling the truth. I need this kind of meat to keep me alive. I'm not here to pretend or play. He has 7 stars. Look at these next 4 words. Ayada, I know, I understand, I know your mitzvah. I know your work. I know your labor. God knows all of our works, all of our labor. But he gives them a tremendous assurance that you have a name, that you have a name, that you live. That you have a name, that you live, and are dead. The 7 lights of life, the 7 Ruach, the 7 spirits of God. We read them in Revelation, in Isaiah, Ezekiel, in the 7 spirits of Almighty Yahweh. Now, what I want to share this with you. Every kingdom has stars. You have what they call the Star of David. All these clowns are wearing them around their necks. Big as their chest, you know, they're jokers, they're clowns. Damn their Star of David. The people live like hell. They don't live honest lives that are truthful. They live just like the world. They get drunk. They don't have one wife, they have many as they want. I know Bishop Dow will never listen to me, but I'm looking for a great debate. I would love to debate you in any area. Wait, if you all what you want to. Or you should do that. You hypocrite. You don't know the book. Come to take my beautiful strength. I want to show us something in the book. You all quit going to Walmart, spending all your money on death, your cookies, your cream pies, and buy you a book of Hanukkah. Don't worry about which one I read out of. You just get one. All right? This is the book of Hanukkah, writing of the prophet Hanukkah. These are the 7 stars of the kingdom that Yah will destroy. Hanuk chapter 18. Hanuk 18. Give you a moment to get there. I don't want you to say he injected a word there that wasn't there. Hanuk 18. I will read what Hanuk saw. Did Yochanan said, and he saw the 7 stars in his right hand. Did he say that? Yes. He said that. He said, and the 7 stars, and the 7 stars, and the 7 stars, semicolon, I know your work. Yes. The Torah talks about the 7 stars that Yahshua possessed in his right hand. Listen to this. Hanuk 18 verse 13, I want to begin. He said this, and I saw there 7 stars. Yes. Listen to it before you rejoice. I saw 7 stars. The perfect form of light, perfect form of inspiration. I saw 7 stars which were like great burning hair. Yes. Mountains with summits that were so brilliant in their specter that it made me wanting to question the melach whereby Yah had sent the message by him. And then the melach says to me, this place is the ultimate end of the heavens, Shemayim, and the Eretz. He said, I brought you to a place, to the end. I'm revealing this to you, and there shall be one by the name of Yochanan. He will expose and speak the people in a witness that will bring clarity to this. He says, what I saw, he says, the 7 stars of Yah is what guard us from our wickedness. Wisdom will guard you. Wisdom is principle, but you must get the ability to discern. Oh, she's nice, she's a Jezebel. I know he's a nice man. No, he's not nice. He's not a kind man. Listen to the way he talks. He said, the melach said to me, this place is the ultimate in the gates. You can't go any further. It is the end of the heavens and the earth. He said, it is the prison house. Does it say that?
Yes.
It is the prison house. Does it say that?
Yes.
He says, it is the prison house of the stars. Go read that.
Yes.
It is the prison house of the stars. This is the revelation of the powers of the heavens. The stars which roll over the fire. The stars, and that's what we do. We start our own eyesight. We start our own world. There's no one more important than me, myself, and mine. That's evil. I can tell you all as a young lad, I've never thought like that. I've never thought that my life and the circumstances, although my mother was poor, that I had been dealt a raw deal in life. You know why? Because when I was young, when I was their age, I was thinking about serious things. And the way I would get understanding, because we did not have the access of things like we do now, I would listen to old men. You have to sleep and be very observant. I would look at their mannerism and the way they did things, and I knew that was right. I never liked being around young men. I love my young brothers because they're my sons. But I never liked being around men my age. Never. I like being around old men. Sensible. Wise. I've never thought that. And although I was ashamed going to school barefoot and all that, I almost got a fetish with shoes, but y'all taking that away. Don't even concur with it. Don't try. But I will always look when I would see those children with the big bellies, back in the 60s and the 70s, especially the 70s, you know, who they said was malnourished. It was just, they did not have the proteins they need. We are people that, if we don't eat no protein for the next year, there's nothing to worry about.
Yeah.
I didn't understand those things, but I wanted to understand them. I didn't want to be smart. I didn't want to know more than others. I'm telling you, the people that I went to school with, many of them, they're lawyers, they're doctors. So when I see them, when I say, but that's Rabbi, I take my hands in the dirt, I try to grow food, so like that. But the physicality of them, they look so horrible. That's what making money makes you look like. I don't want to look like that. I want to look old, but I don't want to look like that nasty. I don't want to look like that. And that's a fact. I don't want that kind of money. I'd rather be living among His people, His nation, His people. There's nothing I want to ascertain in that. Listen now. He says, and the stars, he says, it is the prison house for the stars and the powers of heaven. What stars? And the stars which roll over upon the fire, they are the ones that have transgressed the commandments of Yah from the beginning. From the beginning, does it say the Reshith?
Yeah.
From the beginning. But this is the word that caught me in this. And you'll understand as I teach. They're rising. Don't forget that word. The word kum. They've been elevated. Yochanan said, I saw one stand on the sands of the sea, and a beast rose, kum, elevated himself, rise up. Words are vitally important. We haven't been taught to read. We've been taught to skim over. When I was in school, they taught us to spend time. We didn't have the phonics like the children have today. And I do quite well in pronouncing words. I'm telling you, it's got to be one I can't break down. There are very few words I can't break down. I don't boast of that. But I learned that in my segregated school. He said, rising because they did not arrive punctually. They're not supposed to be here. They were not meant to be here. And it says, and he was wroth with them. And he has bound them in shackles, in chains, and cast them out into outer darkness until the day of judgment. And he bound them until the time of the completion of their sin in the year of mystery. All of this was mystery to Yochanan. Yes. But it's coming to pass, and we shall see it. Yah says, look what the Malach says to him. Let me read this to the Father in Hanuk, all right? Hallelujah. Yeah. This is how we always want to question. And so Hanuk did know, but he must ask the messenger of Yah, the Malach. It says this in 21. This is a sequential, prolonged dialogue here from verse 18 to 21:1. All right? Let me begin there. Hanuk 21:1. And I came to an empty place. I came to a place where it was empty. He says, when I came to that place, and that's the way this kingdom of darkness is. It's empty. You can't even see the kingdom of Yah. You can't see the heavens above, and you can't see the hell beneath. He says, and I saw there neither heaven above, I didn't even see the earth below. But it was a chaotic and terrible place. He said, and there, you'll hear that? Yeah. There I saw 7 stars. Does it say?
Yes.
I know that's what it says. I saw 7 stars of the heaven bound together in it, like a great mountain burning with fire. I saw these stars. I saw them bound together. And at that moment said I. He asked, he was curious, for what or for which? Does it say S-I-N or S-I-N-S?
S-I-N.
He said, for what sin are they bound? 7 stars now. 7 stars. He said, for what is the sin? Is that like a Kodash? No. He's talking about 7 kingdom powers and that rule. And we do the same thing. We let our kingdom audacity of this little stupid thing we call a mind introduce us to some of the most violent things that are against Yah. We're prideful, we lie, we do things that are evil, and we become so filthy. Believe me, that was a standard with God. One has, don't touch them unless they go through the process to cleanse themselves. If a woman commit adultery and she does it without true repentance, she said, kill her and the man as well. That's what that was all about. Get this filthiness out of YisraYah'ale. We won't do that. Our sons and daughters can be liars and damn thieves, and your mamas can be ruddy and doggish and a devil and your daddy, and you still say that. But God cares. Your damn God doesn't even care, because you don't care. If you catch it with tongue, then in trouble.
Hallelujah.
I don't know if my brother-in-law would ever listen to me. Maybe he's listening today. He said, when I die, you'll be there. I said, I tell you what, my friend, I will not even incorporate myself among the foolishness and the folly that will be displayed at your funeral. So you'll be there. He said, you don't know me, my friend. He's not a young man. He's 60 years old. I'm not head and heels in age over him. His brother and I were the same age. I said, I won't be there. And that's a fact. I'm not going to participate in the foolishness of mankind. He's telling me about his brother's death and the funeral. He said there were so many people, governor and mayor, everyone came. He was well known. I remember when he went to Myrtle Beach. He moved down there, singer. They traveled all over the United States singing. And even though he was going to die, he's sick, goes to the hospital, and he dies. You don't know when that day, when it's coming upon you. You know, this is love right here. Because Yah sees my corrupt ways. He won't let me abandon them. Their fathers see their sons, and they say they love Yah, and they strengthen the hands of the wicked, and knowing they're evil. And mothers that see their daughters and know they're doing evil shit, if I must say. They don't want them. They say nothing. It's a fact. Their sisters, brothers, one even tell me. I just don't go to Amman. They know me. From day one, I didn't play. Never played. In all my ignorance, my cousin knocked out of my window because I told him your brother was not right. He shall lift his eyes in the terror of hell. He knocked my window out of my car. And that same brother, that same first cousin, his father, my father, brother, his mother, my mother, his own brother shot him dead in his mother's front yard. He didn't shoot him dead because of what he did for me. You don't procure that kind of wickedness Can I say this? You all can speak all convoluted about those in my family. Your family is as wicked. I'll never forget Miss Betty Gaston. She was a sickly woman. My mother and her sister, they were the woman's friend. You hear me? I used to feel sorry for Miss Betty Gaston. I will never forget her. She lived, as the old folks say, a rock throw from us. I watched my mother and my aunt conspire. Her husband was spending more time with my aunt than he was his wife. And I felt so sorry back then. They come go to the store for me, I give you a nickel. Yes, ma'am, I'm going for a nickel. I get 10 cookies for that. And even then, not that I had great sensitivity, but I sensed for that woman, because I knew what they were doing. I saw it. I see the conspiracy against her friend. My aunt has a baby by Mr. Gaston. Miss Gaston was a sick woman. She was very sick. That same son, then my aunt has a baby by Mr. Gaston. He is the one that killed his brother. You don't sow that kind of evil. Yes, not mocked. Whatsoever one sowed that shall. You sowed that, and Miss Gaston died. I felt so bad when she died. She was a smallish woman. Always walked barefooted. She was small. I mean, she may have been as big as Zipporah. She was a smallish woman. I was a tall, gauntly woman. She was tall. You don't do that, they shouldn't. My mother in cahoots with her, that's your friend. That's why they go around them. You can, I will not. Hallelujah 21:4. And the moment I said, for what sin are they bound, and for what reason have they cast in their ear? Then one of the Kodesh, Melakim, YisraYah'ale, who was with me, guiding me, he spoke to me and said to me, Hanok, see, listen what he tells him. For what reason are you asking? And for what reason do you question with exhibit eagerness? Why are you so eager to know? Don't worry about it. Just leave it alone. You don't have the ability to bring yourself up into the spirit to see that. Leave it alone. And what he was saying. Then he says, these are. Is that what he is implying? He says, these are among the stars of the heaven.
Yes.
Let's say that.
Yes.
7. Which have transgressed the commandments of Yah. And they are bound in this place until completion of what? This before there was the earth. Were cast out. They rolled. He says 10 million years. According to the number of this sin. Yah, if hell is rewarded according to my sin, I will never get out in 10 million years. I've sinned like a dog. I'm as evil as a dog. I've covered every kind of evil thing. My evil ways, my corrupt ways. See, this is the real Yah. This is not some stinking doggish God. This is the real Allah. You see, that far has everything tied in?
Yes.
It has. There is more to go. 10 million years? You think Yah started, if we equate the 6,000, you think he started then? That's so silly. That is as silly as they come. We don't know what God has created. But he created a kind of all kind that he wanted to love.
Hallelujah.
And that was the people out of the loins of Abraham.
Hallelujah.
They're wicked. Mama,
Yes.
both mamas, whores, evil. He brought us up that way. Now he said to the mother above, YisraYah'ale, I want you to open your bosom that they may feed from your breasts. And suck the milk of life as newborn. That's what he's giving us today. Just simple milk. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Now let me get back to this. All right? Hallelujah. You know, I forgot to bring that in my first exaltation. Because when I was a young boy, they were always talking about the 7 deadly sins, right? You never heard that, the 7 sins? They would tell us there was lust, gluttony, greed, slothfulness, wrath, envy, and pride. Well, pride is one. I read them, and those are the 7 deadly sins. That's what was written in Proverbs. Those are the sins that are deadly. And so they saw someone that was somewhat overweight. They would say, look, that's a sin, that's gluttony. That's how evil this world is. But God gives us identity of all 7 of them. Proverbs 6. It is the spirit of a YHWH. It is the spirit of a man or woman that is worthless. It's the spirit of pride. There is nothing like pride. There's nothing like a look that has disdain and you're so full of pride. You're a dirty, evil thing. All of us. If it had not been for the kindness of YHWH
Hallelujah.
we have no power to YHWH to save ourselves. It is His kindness.
Hallelujah.
It is His husband that has delivered us. Not one of us is any more special than anyone else. But don't think you're going to pour your evil ways on me that I will concur with that. No. I say this, my son, my friend. I have met a lot of people in my life. And many have turned against me. They turned away from me. And then because they thought, well, he's arrogant, he's this. But they will never say what they are. They never look at themselves the way they look at me. Never. I've had them to come here from as far as they come. From here on, Canada. And I've kicked them off. Get off these grounds. I don't play with this stupid generation.
Yeah.
They all could identify my sins, my corruption. Now what have them told me? What their sins were. And the things that they accuse me of, they didn't realize how little money was in here at that time. But Yah made it all one.
Hallelujah.
He did.
Shabbat.
Nobody. I just didn't say anything. We have no money. Those who leave and I give them everything, that's what I do this. As the world said, I always had excellent credit, so I had credit cards I could get $5,000 even back then. We just paid that off about 2-3 years ago. We saved diligently every nickel. And we were in debt. So I'm happy. Because of YHWH. I'm so happy. Because I live today. I'm happy. I want to finish this up. All right? Hallelujah. Let me move a little farther. I want to show you the kingdom. Darkness compared to the kingdom of light. It all deals with 7. When one takes over a kingdom, I will show us this. Turn quickly to Matthew. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Matthew's 1 verse, chapter 12, verse 45. The Torah talks about one, an unclean spirit cast out of one. This is what YHWH says here. That unclean thing goes out, then goes he. And he takes with himself, he did not say 6 or 5, he takes 7 other spirits more wicked than himself. That is the ultimate power of kingdom denomination. And those power, look what it says, the result. And he entered into that dwelling there, and the last state of the man is worse. It is Hinrona. It is so evil and sadistic. It is Hinrona. Hinrona. It is worse than the first. Even so, shall it be also with this wicked, this wrath generation. 7 now is the ultimate power of any kingdom, whether it's evil, whether it is genuine, what if the construct of whatever, the 7 foundations of principles, of those things that solidify, you can make it strong. You can make them up. If you constitute in your mind 7 things, you write them down. This is what I'm going to do. I said to Ima Raphael, I ate so much up there. And I ate me some cake too. I said, I was down to Zochim, Mishimri's home. And I said that banana cream pie he was eating, I said, oh my. I said, I can't wait till I get to be coming. I said, no. And I got greedy. I was eating cake for breakfast. I don't be silly. You eat sweet cereals and cornflakes and don't eat that way. Eat pancakes and they over there eating pancakes. Man, I can't do it. Your pancakes got syrup on them. Give me that carrot cake. And I like to slice it like that. She cuts a slice. I don't like it. I like a little slice like that. I don't have 2 or 3 slices like that. Just lay them there. You talking about a cake that will make you hug her. That was a bad boy. I ate it for breakfast. I ate it when I sat down. I ate that pineapple cheesecake. But I liked all those cakes. They were just crazy. So I eat them for breakfast, eat them for dinner. Or I went to put on a pest like this one, I said, oh my, can't get them all. Couldn't. Because maybe I was wearing these. Couldn't get them all. If I had to do it again, I eat it again. Matter of fact, I eat more. And I want to get everything out of my house. Yeah, my house. Yeah, my house. Don't bring a slice of cake. Don't bring any cheesecake. Get it out. I would throw it out. I ate enough cake. I held off with my friend here because I wanted some of that. You talk about, oh my, I said that thing looks so wonderful. But I made out of it. Chocolate cake. All of that was so delicious. Such wonderful food. All he got, the big old leather recliners. I sure would like to have one of those. And that thing will put you to sleep. Ooh, these are not recliners, these are leather recliners. They take 1,000-pound man and set that thing. They're built like tanks. It's not something you go to Roses and get. These are recliners. All of them. And so you just recline and eat. Take a little nap or squeeze what you can. What time is it, Joel? You all got the dinner ready? Oh, it's ready. We wait on. Okay, let's go. And everything was dressed down with cake. Pie, cake. And I don't repent, and I don't regret it one bit. That's a fact. Listen, nation, when the kingdom has absolute power, there are 7 resolutions, 7 pillars, 7 principles, 7 philosophy, it always comes in the number of 7. Let me show you this in Revelation 5:1. This one. We just saw the stars. What Hanuk talks about it. The 7 stars. It's in Revelation. This is the seal. This is what seals us. And we shall know, and they shall know we have the principle of Yah operating. Revelation chapter 5 verse 1. And I saw in him the right hand of him, Yahshua, that sat on the throne, and the hand of Almighty Yah, a book written within, and on the backside were 7 seals. 7 seals. This is where our names and where our Constitution is sealed. Nobody can read it. They can read it, but they can't get understanding. They have no comprehension of it. It's sealed. It's sealed. Only the 7 Ruachim of Yah can open up the knowledge of this book that we're talking out of now. Yeah. He said it's sealed. There's no way you're going to get there. And I saw strong men proclaiming with a loud voice, who is worthy to shut down? Who is able, who is worthy to open the book and to loose the seals thereof. Only by the power of the 7 Ruachim can one open this thing we call the book and understand the profoundness of it. One foremost in what wisdom they think they have, but yet they don't have understanding. Yeah. One foremost in their understanding, and yet there is no fear. One thinks that I am of all men, I have knowledge, da'ats, above every man, and yet they have no discernment at all. A bunch of little clowns. They don't even respect Yah. You think they're going to respect me? Yeah, I don't care if they respect me or not. I really do. I'm not looking for men to respect me. I'm looking for them to hear what I say. You'd be surprised, my enemies that will listen to me. They're trying to find a chink in the armor. My armors, you don't have to find them. Here I am. All my cheeks are there. Yeah. I'm an evil man. I'm sadistic. You don't want me to name the list. Because one infraction against Yah, I fit the criteria of them all. This is what caused the kingdom power to have its strength in our lives, that we open the book. We open the book. We must open the book of our lives. We can't hide things and pretend. We can't be a liar. You got to open the book on your life.
Yes.
You got to fall against a brother or sister. Go to them and tell them. I don't know if I'm stupid. I'm just saying things wrong. Just be honest. There's nothing like honesty.
Yes.
There's nothing like honesty. Don't hold some stupid mess in your heart against someone. That's evil. Your pride. I'm not saying nothing. That's evil.
Yes.
You're an evil dog. I don't care if it's her or I don't care if it's you. Makes no difference. You hold something in your damnable twisted mind. You think that Yah's blessing your false prayer? That's stupid. That's stupid. Well, you hold things. I don't hold nothing against nobody. I just don't want to be bothered with how you do mine. How's everything? You know, because I don't get ahead and tell what we have done. Even with those that are left from here, nobody knows, because we don't say nothing. Just no, you can't sit down and eat no bread with me. I'll give you some bread. You want some food? I'll give you some. Here's a box of chicken. Go fry your own chicken. You understand? That's what we do. Yes. That's the way the kingdom is run. You'll understand in greater understanding on next week. Hallelujah.
Yeah.
It's going to take for one to construct the identity of Yahweh. Let me read this for us. But as Tunisia, in the book of Acts, Yah has an order to his kingdom, his house. Acts chapter 3, chapter 6, verse 3. This is Shaul, Peter, Kephah. When he saw the disorder among the house of Yah, this is what he commanded. He commanded for them to wherefore. Acts 6:3. I just want to read one verse. Wherefore, brethren, Achim, look out among you 7 men of honest report. He didn't say 10 men. He said 7 men of honest report. You tell me we can't find 7 men of honest report? Something is wrong. Everyone is trying to get over because one thinks that I'm greater than you and you're not as great as me. He said find 7 men of honest report. He could have picked a volume of men there. But there were those that Yah directed them to. And he had the Ruach, they had the mind of YHWH to know those that are honest. We must know them that labor among us. We must all have an honest report among each other. And you do that in your labor, your report. It's known by your willingness, your labor, and the integrity of what you do. I don't care who you are. That's one of the days they could count on someone's word because they were true to carry it out. He said, find men that are 7 men. 7 now, because he knew that it's going to take that 7, that rule of that to make the law and the Torah of Yah perfect. Of honest report, they must be full of the Ruach HaKodesh, and then with that they must have an experience. Yes. These little boys on the corner calling the women every kind of slut and hoe, calling themselves Hebrew Israelites, and they look at them telling them they got on pants, they got on short pants, they got earbobs in their damn ears like some jackals or jackasses of hell. Calling the women everything it is. They don't call the Caucasian women that. They always call the women that look like them. Then your mommy must be one too. Your mommy wear pants.
Hallelujah.
You think I would sit and waste y'all's time? Kill me, yeah. And sit and indulge my mind in some weak mess like that? Daughters don't wear pants, take them off. It's an abomination.
Hallelujah.
Put on that teaching, the abomination that make desolate. Put on that series. If a man land with a man is an abomination, then it's an abomination now. A woman wearing pants back then and putting on a man's keli, his garment, she's a dirty dog of a slut now. I don't care who she is. It's a fact of the matter. That's nothing more disgusting than a woman, tight jeans and all that bull, and you can actually see that's evil.
Yes, yeah.
That is no self-respect, no self-esteem. You have no self-worth of yourself.
True.
I don't care where I go. I don't care if I go dirty or what.
Hallelujah.
It makes no difference. I know who I am.
Yeah.
And people marvel, they look young and old. You got on something that is so despicable. It's a damnable, evil abomination. I don't care if it's your mammy, or your grandmammy, your great-great-grandmammy, or your whole $2 daughter. It makes me no different. That's evil. Yah says that they should wear this an abomination unto Yah. It's evil. And it takes an evil mind to make their children, their daughters, and their dress like that. Just like an evil mind for a man to put his son in a dress.
Hallelujah.
I don't know why I injected that, but that's all right. You out there. I know you don't like me. Send it all, frig all of you that listening.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Come see me. We have some wonderful food. I said, because I got steak I've been eating for almost 2 years. We're going to eat that. All right. I aged it for like 50 days, and then I froze it. It's still over there. You know that's raw beef there. I know how to eat you eat. They must be men that are honest, and they're filled with haruach. Must be men of wisdom, whom we may appoint over this business. They must be men that are studious, they're honest, and you can put them on the affairs and the business of Almighty God. That would not that be a a roadblock in our mind. You know when the Achim get up and we speak, and then you know we're living lives that are just evil. We're permitting things we're hiding things. I'm trying to rebuke him, and I need to get my own house.
Yes.
I'm not ashamed of my house.
Yeah.
I'm not ashamed of my house and what I do.
Yeah.
I don't have no problem with my wife. My love corrects everything. That's a fact. In all these years, she never raised no hell with me in the sense she's going, that ain't going to happen. Not when I was 265, but I'm every bit 200. That's what I weigh now. Okay? Did y'all get that? I weigh 200 and... Did you get that? You got that? Don't laugh at me, son. Hallelujah.
Yeah.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. I want to show you the 7 kingdom evil power that even the demonic force will overthrow and defy. Look at this in Asaph chapter, and we'll get back to Yah's kingdom work. Acts chapter 19, verse 14. Shaul says here, these are the 7 evils. That's why we're talking about the 7 kings. And that spirit of the 7 shall rise up out of the sand of the sea. What is the sand of the sea? You'll understand on next week, all right? You really will. It says in Acts 19:4, and there were 7 sons of one now, Sceva. Does it say 7 sons?
Yeah.
That's what it implies. This is the power of the total control of evil. And evil is not afraid of evil. He says he was a Yehuda, he was a Hebrew Israelite. All you Hebrew Israelites, I'm Paul, I'm a Hebrew Israelite. I'm a Hebrew, I found out my heritage. A bunch of dirty liars and dirty dogs. You stole. Yaakov was a Hebrew Israelite, wasn't he? So was his son.
Yeah.
They both were Hebrews.
Yes.
They came up from under the same package. The only thing to give him any separation because God elected his seed to come out of his loins. Not that he was more special, he was a thief. He was a liar.
True.
And so our heritage started out wrong. Aholah and Aholabah, YisraYah'ale, Samaria, Yehuda, they both was dirty sluts and hoes. Slept with every dog they could.
Yes.
And that's the way we are. We sleep with every kind of religious concept there is. Nothing but a bunch of dogs. We love whoredom and every kind of evil things.
Yeah.
And just like Aholah and Aholabah saw the daughters they produced, nothing but a pack of slutty hoes.
Yes.
How about that?
Hallelujah.
Speak to me poetic and smooth things. Yah hates those kinds of men. Want to speak with proper grammar so others will be impressed with your linguistics. You stupid jackass of a fool. Tell me my sins.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tell me my corruption.
Hallelujah.
I don't need you to tell me how to get blessed. You tell me my sins and my corrupt, my evil ways. I can start saving money.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Yeah.
That's just a fact. And these were the sons of one man called Sceva of Yehuda. He was a chief Kohen, which did so. And the evil spirits answered and said, Yeshua, I know him, Ayada. He's a bad man. And they said, Shaul, Ayada. But you jackasses of clowns, who are you to command me? The power of the 7 of the kingdom of darkness. The 7 Ruchim of Yah. Believe me, nation. It all adds up. That's right. It is right. This is truth here. I want to show something so beautiful. We don't have the book of Maccabean. I want to read this for us. It's located in 4th Maccabean. There were no man like Eleazar his wife. The Torah says that he taught his wife the Torah, and she produced that in her sons. There were 7 sons, right? The 7 sons of Sceva. The demons didn't know, did they? No, they did not. But the 7 sons of Elazar, they said, Yahshua, we know. Shaul, we know. But you devils, we don't know. We don't know you lying devils. But there were 7 sons of the beautiful patriarch Elazar, a wife that had a strength and tenacity like the assembly of YisraYah'ale should have. She watched her sons die. She watched the great agony of that violent, evil thing. This violent Antipas, as he killed her sons, and she rejoiced in it. She blessed Yah to see their strength, and she said, I'm ready to die. You're not taking anything from me. We're not ready to die. We're not even ready to die from our sins and our folly of our emotions and things that we think we're drawing strength from. That's evil. That's evil. She had 7. There was one, Sceva had 7, but the demons didn't know, because they had no hierarchy of kingdom power of darkness. But these, they had it. Let me just read it. I'm going to read this. Hallelujah. 4th Maccabean. It's what she said. 4th Maccabean, chapter 17, verse 9. I'm not going to wait for you. It says, she says, here lies. She watched the aged Kohan and an aged woman and 7 sons. This is where they all lie together. 7 sons, powerful, audacious men of Yah. Look at this, a comma. There's another independent statement here. Because they're all dead. Because of the violent, the Hamas, the evil, sadistic ways of the tyrant who desired, who wished to destroy. He didn't wish to destroy them. You that have that in Maccabean, 4th Maccabean 17:9, he desired to destroy one thing. It is said right here, the derech of Chayil, the life of the sons of Abraham. It says he desired to do what? You have that? To destroy. I want a second witness.
To destroy the way of life.
To what?
To destroy the way of life.
To destroy. To hamat. To bring it down, to destroy the way, the derek, or the way that brings strength and the wisdom of God, to destroy the way of life for who?
The Hebrews.
For who?
The Hebrews.
For the Hebrews. That's what this is all about. And all this, they call itself Hebrewism, it's lies.
Yes.
They can't even tell you what Hebrewism or what Abraham means. It is a people from beyond, and all of those with Abraham, they were Hebrew. They were all Hebrews. That makes him an Israelite because he was a thief. He won't, because the Melech said, boy, you're going to pay for all of the things you've done. So he had to walk with the limp all of his life because he touched him. He lied, he stole, and y'all says you're dirty. Look at your mammy. A Hittite, you were laid out there in the sproul of wickedness. Nobody can feed you dirty dogs, and I pick you up.
Hallelujah.
And you're proud because you're Hebrew. No, I bless Yah because the time of YHWH, that a dirty dog like me, that a dirty sinful man like me, that it was his down to pay the price. This is an ignorant generation. They boast more than truth. Hallelujah. It says, that this man, Antiochus, he desired to destroy the way of the Hebrew life. And that's that antagonizing demon in your mind to destroy the way of the Hebrew Israelites' life. This is not the Hebrew life what these folks call themselves living in. What's the white boy's rapper's name? JQ or whatever his name, or JQ, don't tell me, I don't want nobody to tell me. Eminem, he's saying the same thing that the Hebrews said. They just, these false Hebrews. We're going to rock, we're going to talk. He said, we're bringing you up, we're going to make you, we're going to attack you, we're going to knock you, we're going to make you, we're going to kill you, we're going to destroy you, we're going to get you, we're going to cap you, we're going to kick you, we're going to trap you. That's what they talk, stuff like that. Same thing these job, Joe Knuckle liars call themselves Hebrew Israelite. Yes. It's no different. Same kind of crazy mess. You call that is of God. It is of the God of this world, but it's not of Yah. Yeah. It is of God, but it's not of Yah. And that's a fact. That's a fact. You're not going to invite me. You know, there's a fellow in St. Louis, his name is called Jacob Israel. Everybody knows it. He uses our music on his... He plays our music, but he doesn't give us royalties. We don't want no money, no way. He said to me, he writes me, preacher, don't worry about it, I got them for you. He will never say, come visit me. He will never say to me, can I come visit? Because Jacob couldn't come there with the bull giant. I call it bull giloot. You know what I'm saying, okay? He couldn't come there with that. I wouldn't let him come here. He has a radio program. He can have 1 million folks listen to him because he's talking about bullshit. I said like that. Yes. But yet he's ready to protect me. I don't need him to protect me. They get drunk at their meetings. They get drunk at Pesach. They drink in the tabernacle. They get drunk. The women just lewd. And they popping it. That's a fact. It is a fact. Down and get drunk. Drinking liquor and wine and get drunk. That's why he is so lustful. Comes up having 2 wines, 3 wines, whatever he got. That's right. If anyone listen that knows Bishop Dow, and tell him the YisraYah'ale, HALLELUYAH. That's right. You close here. I want to close out from here. Hallelujah. Here's something I want us to understand here. Turn quickly to Revelation. There's a word here that Zochim brought out so the devil will lead on the last teaching the city. But Revelation, then I want to read the last verse where we're going to stand, where we're going to teach, began next week, the verse. Revelation 1:3. And in the midst, 1:13, I'm sorry, Revelation 1:13. He used the words meso, and in the midst. And that in the midst, it is the middle, it is the brain, it is the mind of man. That's what this is saying. In the meso, in the midst of the 7 candlesticks, in the middle of all of that, in the middle of the 7 candlesticks, one like the Son of Man. And he clothed with a garment down to his foot, and girt about his paps with golden girdle. Yahshua, everything that he speaks is gold. Everything he touches, as we would say, it turns into gold. And he has made us the golden vessels of the bed of the house of YisraYah'ale. In order for him to make us that vessel, he must try us and cause us to be tried in the fire. You cannot get pure gold by not burning off all of the dross and all of the excess and getting to the pureness of that gold. And when you get there, it is pliable, it is soft, it is reduced to its pure form. And that's what must happen to us nation of YisraYah'ale. I will hold off from where I will begin on next Saturday. I'm wild. And this is enough, friends. In the midst, in the midst, in the midst zone, in the middle. Our brain is right here. This is what keeps us alive. It's not this little thing here. Although this works in conjunction with this, because this regulates how this beats. When you get out of breath, it will tell you breathe harder. This is the Rebbe. This is the centrality of man. This is where you think from. You don't think from here. You don't love from this thing you call the heart. You love from here. And love is not some of the emotion you think you're feeling here, because there's no feeling that comes here. It is an artery that carries the blood supply to all of the parts of the body. The only thing it does, it doesn't carry the blood supply here. It's got its own reservoir of blood and everything. And nothing here can contaminate from here, can contaminate this. I don't care what we think, what we do. We cannot corrupt the word of Yahweh. We can lie, we can cheat, we can steal, we can do all we want to. You're not going to corrupt the word of Yah. His word is pure. It is Yahweh. It has been trod in the fire 7 times. That's the word of Yah, right? Every kingdom, every rule, every authority in anyone's life, you may not know the essence of it, but there are 7 principles or 7 things that constitute it. You can look up words, and when I look up words, I tend to look at the antonyms and the synonyms. I want to see the contrast, words that are spelled alike, but they have different meanings, and all of that. I tend to look at that. And when I look at that, there are words that have synonyms and maybe 20 or 30. And then there are words that are not found in the etymology of man. They may not even have no other word. And so the words in the Torah, there's nothing that can express it. When Yah used that word, he meant for those that are stewards of Torah to search it out. And search out every element of it, define it. Go back to the language and define it. That's what he means to do. And that word, you can define them in the orchestration of what is there. They have no meaning but what Yah puts on them. And that's it. There's no synonym you can look for. There's no anonym that's contrary to that. They all mean one thing. What he says, he means what he says. That's why he says it. Yah mean business nation. You can play all you want to. Set it all free. You all have it. Bless you today. Sit again. You have blessed. You come and sit down and eat. Was that meal on top of those oxtails, John? Okay. He must say she found a box. Oxtails cost, girl. I don't mind. I want us to be happy. Enjoy the riches of Yah, the abundance. You're going to have battles with me. That's all right. You'll be all right. You get over it. That's fact. He's not nice, huh? How nice are you? I don't mind men criticizing me with the same honesty that I criticize and critique. But don't come to me with your bogus. I'm not going to bind. Don't come to me trying to straighten me out in your house. No, you're not going to do that. I'm not going to let you do it. I'll stop you off the bat. You're not going to do that to me. You can't even rule in the house of Yah unless. I don't say this because it was a brother. I knew him. We grew up together. He 4 years younger than me. He would be 5 years really younger than me. You know, that was just a big difference. He's 10. I'm at that ball and he couldn't ball with me. But he's a man. He's an old man now. He's not 25. He said to me, no. I said, no, hold on, no. You're going to listen to me. I'll do the talking. You're talking about Yah. I'll love my pastor to me. I said, no, you wouldn't. I don't want to. Because I would not concur with that bogus bull that he's telling me. You know I will not. I said, I will bust his head. I'm not going to sit around chit-chat. But he's a nice man. Everybody. There are folks that give, feed folks all over. They're nice. That doesn't make him right. I like Michael. But we're all going to meet our makers, I was saying. I don't want to meet YHWH. I don't want to meet him as a liar or a pretender. Above all things, I want to be real in nation. I want to be real in every application of life. I don't want to be a liar. I don't want to be a pretender. Yes, man. And whether you all love me or not, the young ones love me. That speaks volume to me. I can fuss at them. Don't even think about laughing. And they still laugh. That's right. So I don't give you adults get upset with me. Neither if you fool. I say that to antagonize that old woman. Because she sneaks and looks. She wants to see. She must have an infatuation. She sneaks to look. And I have upset her little cart so much that anger could persist in her mind. She's only a woman that rules what they call a husband will try to take authority of a man. I left my mother's house before I turned 17. I knew that. I wasn't going back to live with her. I left her house. Because you're not going to whip me as a child. When I'm a man, I left. And I was a fool when I left because I realized I was still a boy. And that's a fact. And so I will not let a woman, no woman, anytime a woman does that, you know she rules. She rules. And there ain't no Jezebel going to do that to you. Yeah. No Jezebel. None. I dealt with my mother. She was my mother. I dealt with her as a man, too. You're not going to talk that way. Well, I'm your mom. I said, no, I'm your mom. And that's why you try your best to raise a man. That's what I am. And this is the way it's going to be. Period. I'm a man. Yeah. That's no disrespect. It's being honest, truthful. And so when these Jezebel women run there, he's not even a man, these little boys they have. They run the whole circumstance. No. Let me say to you, daughters, you would rather deal with you all as daughters of Zion. That's how she gets. Yes. If I let her spirit rule this place, she'd do what you would. But because my love is so pulsating and so powerful and so strong, husband, love you, as YHWH is. That's what he commands. Does he tell us our sins? Yes. He tells us when we are corrupt. Yes. He doesn't beat us over the head with a sword, does he? I'm not going to learn like that because I need that. YHWH, may his blessings and riches rest upon you all. I'm looking forward to tomorrow. That's right. I'm looking forward till tomorrow. We may dump somebody in the water tomorrow. Just pick them up and throw them in the pool. How about that? We got water cannons and all. Mamas and daddies, you're in trouble. You're all going to take an abuse by your young ones. What you laughing about? You like that? You got sweet daddy, boy. I'm looking forward to some that wonderful meat. Yeah, we're going to eat some meat here. Hamburger. Beautiful beef franks. Oh, yeah, that's what we're going to eat. No, we don't get those ones that come out of Walmart, 99 cents. That ain't deal that. We'll have a great time. Hallelujah. I said to my Ima, I said, that's a shame. You spend all that, we spend all that money. Honey buns. I said, nobody. That she said, huh? be done well. They go thick honey bun with that white cream and all that on that. That was my favorite one. The honey bun with that white icing. That's my favorite. If I eat a honey bun, that's the only kind I'll eat. I don't want the other one. Give me that thick white ice. And I'm telling you, that's a white ice. Almost made me want to tear one out of that box. I haven't had one in years, honestly. I haven't had a honey bun like that in many years. But that is a righteous honey bun. So come on and visit us and fellowship with us on tomorrow. Let us stand for YHWH.
Hallelujah.
Turn toward YisraYah'ale as long as we're in captivity. We do barak Abba for your greatness of your blessings. Bestow upon the nation your great kindness, your Shabbat towards. Help us to learn, Yah, for we're in great need. Our sins are great, and we repent of all of our evil ways. It's a wonderful blessing that we have each month. God bless everyone here today. Those that listen by via broadcast, just touch their home, their circumstances. I pray for all of them. Your healing power to rest upon the nation and every facet. Keep us all, I pray, and teach us above all how to love each other. We ask these type of blessings in Yahshua's mighty name. This is our prayer. And above all, we say, Torah you for the time of Yahshua. Hallelujah. 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 No, I'm not praying anymore. You will spend the night with us.
Hallelujah.
Shall make its boast in Yahweh.
My soul shall make its boast in Yahweh. The humble shall hear and be glad. My soul shall make its boast in Yahweh. The humble shall hear and be glad. My soul shall make its boast in Yahweh. The humble shall hear and be glad. Be glad.
will bless Yahweh at all times.
I will bless Yahweh at all times. I will bless Yahweh at all times. I will bless Yahweh. His praise shall continually be in my mouth. His praise shall continually be in my mouth. His praise shall continually be in my mouth, in my mouth.
Hallelujah, hallelujah.
Shabbat Yahweh.